Welcome to CrashMap Video Tutorial 7, Crash-Based Black Spot Applications. This tutorial provides an example to step you through the process of creating a crash-based black spot application. The crash-based application black spot tool is located on the Crashes Query Slide Out side panel on the left side of the screen and is accessed by selecting the Black Spots tab option. The crash-based application tool is located at the top of the Black Spot tab. Users have the option to start the black spot location selection process by either selecting a local government or regional area using the pre-qualified locations and running a query, and then selecting a location from a list of intersections and road sections within a local government area that are pre-qualified for either the state or federal black spot programs. Local government officers are strongly encouraged to use a combination of the CrashMap Cluster Query tool and the Intersection Assessment and Route Risk Assessment tools to identify possible locations for black spot treatment to take a more targeted approach to black spot site selection. Now, let's work through an example of a crash-based black spot application. This example location was identified using the Cluster Query tool, using query filters for right angle and right turn through crashes and crashes that occurred during the hours of reduced light. First, make sure you start your query using the crash-based application area that can be found in the Black Spot tab. For this example, we're going to use an add road search for the intersection of Station Street South and Albany Highway, and then run the query and view and select the results. The crash results window is then displayed so that you can analyze the crash results using collision diagrams and crash reports to assist you to create a crash summary and determine the prominent crash types at the location being considered for treatment. To start the black spot application process, you need to select the Create Submission button that is located at the bottom right of the crash results window. The Crash Analysis tab then appears. Select your region and create a crash summary to determine the prominent crashes and nature of concern. To assist you to complete your summary, there is an example that can be accessed by clicking on the blue question mark on the right side, just above the crash summary box. Once you have completed your crash summary and identified the prominent crashes and the nature of concern, click the Next tab button located at the bottom of the Crash Analysis tab to move on to the Treatment Selection tab. Predominant crashes information is displayed at the top of the Treatment Selection tab as a reminder, so that you focus your treatments on the predominant crashes at the location being considered. The applicable crash reduction factors spreadsheets are also accessible on this tab to assist you to select the most effective treatment to address your predominant crashes. For this example, the following treatments have been selected to address the predominant crashes at this location by clicking the Add Countermeasures button, Treatment 12, New Signal with Fully Controlled Right Turns, The collision diagrams displayed on the map should then be grouped for each treatment, and the collision diagram of any crashes that are not treated by the selected countermeasure should be deselected as demonstrated in Tutorial 5. Once the collision diagrams have been grouped, the print option is used to create a collision diagram plan which is saved and uploaded for each treatment. A specific title and file naming convention must be used when completing this stage, using the treatment number followed by a dash and then the treatment location. For this example, the title is Treatment 12, followed with a dash and then Station Street South. This process should be repeated for any additional treatments selected. And Treatment 46, upgrade existing road lighting to AS1158. You then need to group your crashes for each treatment and deselect any crashes that are not treated by the selected countermeasure. As demonstrated in Tutorial 5, then use the print option to save and upload your collision diagram plan for each countermeasure. You must use the following title and file name convention when completing this stage. Both the drawing title name and the file name should be titled using the treatment number and treatment location. So for the first example, the print title and file name should be Treatment 12-Station Street South and Treatment 46-Station Street South. Once you have completed selecting your treatments, click the Next tab button to move on to the Economic Appraisal tab. You now need to update the following details on this tab before your BCR and NPV are automatically calculated. Update your area type, Select your crash cost saving category. The layers are also available in the map area so that you can display the legal speed limit layer to confirm the crash cost saving category. Enter your capital project costs and yearly operating costs for each treatment. You can see that you have a BCR of 1.79, meaning that it will meet the funding requirements for the state program, but will not meet the federal program requirements. Once you have completed your economic appraisal, click the Next tab button to move on to the Crash Reports tab. All you need to do on this tab is click on the 3 report buttons to automatically generate crash reports that are included with your black spot submission. To assist you to determine the road hierarchy and area type, selections for the crash patterns, report generation, you can display the legal speed limit and road hierarchy layers on the map. Then, click the Next tab button to move on to the Site Inspection tab. Enter your site inspection details and upload at least 2 site photographs before you can progress to the Funding Eligibility tab. The table at the top of the Funding Eligibility tab highlights in red text any of the black spot funding criteria that are not achieved with your submission. You are only permitted to apply for the programs that you are eligible for. In this example, this submission is only eligible for the state program. Once you have completed the Funding Eligibility tab, you will need to complete the Nomination Details tab, where you input the required information and upload a concept drawing for your treatment proposal. On completion of your nomination details, you need to complete the Nomination Estimates tab. There are automated arithmetic checks on this tab, so you need to make sure everything adds up, and you need to provide an explanation for your estimated operating costs, and remember to include an estimated cost for your design stage road safety audit. This form can also be used for staged project estimates by completing the Add Stage option. A detailed example of the validation rules for this tab is provided in the user guide. The final tab is the Other Information tab, where you can add details about any clearances or permits and upload details of approvals for traffic signal control installations or modifications. Once you have completed this form, you can create a PDF of the submission by selecting the Print Application option. Depending on your level of user access, you will be able to either submit your application or forward it on to another user to submit. Once your application has been submitted, it is added to your application list, and if your submission is approved for funding, it is then added to your project list. We have a final example to assist users create black spot submissions that include treatments at a combination of multiple intersections and road sections. This is completed by firstly selecting the road section of interest, followed by selecting all the intersections along the selected road section using the black spot Add Road query tool. Once you have selected the road section and all the intersections along the selected route, you then need to run the query. You then have a number of possible options to select from, for, a combination of intersections and road sections. Once you have selected from the list of options, you are then able to click the Create Submission button at the bottom right corner of the crash results window to start your submission. You then progress through the Crash Analysis tab, as done previously, to progress to the Treatment Selection tab. On the Treatment Selection tab, you are then able to select intersection treatments that can be applied to multiple intersections, and you also have the option to select what intersections you wish to apply treatments to. This example is provided in the user guide. This concludes the crash-based black spot applications tutorial. We hope that you found this training resource helpful. Please refer to the Crash Map user guide if you require any further information about these features.